I want to thank Audible for sponsoring today's video.
So seriously, it's like the best book. I'm completely obsessed with it.
And when do you have time to do this? When do you have time to read? Podcast?
Yeah.
YouTube channel? Kids? Husband?
So true. Exactly. Don't you do it. Don't. So as you can see, the benefit to Audible is really that you can do it anywhere. And that's the thing, like I love books, but I just feel like I don't have the time. By the end of the day, I just want to get in bed and go to freaking sleep. So the fact that I can like read all day long, anywhere, when I get 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. It's just so useful. So head over to audible.com/the DIY designer and you guys can peruse all of the options. You can also text the DIY designer to 500-500 and get your 30-day free trial, 1 free audiobook, and 2 free Audible originals. There's a book that I love right now that I really recommend to everybody. It's called Girl, Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. The biggest message that I took away from it is that for women, our value is put on how we can sacrifice ourselves for others, how we can put ourselves last and put our kids first, and put our husband first, our family, our home. All of your dreams have to take a back seat or you're not a good woman. If any of you are wanting to start a business or follow a dream, this is like the kick in the ass that you need to do that. So without further ado, let's get into this video because it's so amazing. You guys know those Sophia Webster butterfly heels? These, and these, and these, and these, and these, and these. They're so pretty. I gotta tell you, these heels have been like the bane of my DIY existence for the last year and a half. I was just like, there's no way to do them that's not gonna look like janky. They're gonna be like glued on the back and they're not gonna stay upright and have that really great shape. I don't know, I was like, I can't do it. And then all of a sudden, I had a light bulb moment and I figured it out. Like I legit figured it out and it is so easy. Anybody can do it and you can customize it on any shoe. So I'll talk a little bit about the only thing that you need for the shoe. Actually, I'll do that now. The only thing that you need for the shoe is that it has a back. You just can't have a shoe that just has like a tiny little strap and an ankle because the butterfly is gonna be set into this. So you just need a shoe with a back, whether that's a pump, a boot, a regular strappy sandal, that's totally up to you. I'm so excited about this one, I don't even know what to say. So the first thing you want to do is figure out exactly how large you want your butterflies. I would say you don't want something so large that they look really silly on the back of the heel. So for me, 4 inches felt like the right height. So I just marked 4 inches on a piece of paper so that I could create my butterfly within that space. I freehanded it because I'm artistic. If you are not, don't worry, you can just download like a butterfly pattern off the internet. No problem, you're just using one wing. Now this is a part you are gonna have to create by hand. The shape of the butterfly is entirely up to you. You can do bubble wings or whatever you want, but these little tabs are important. You wanna create about a 1/2 inch tab centered in the top and the bottom wing because that's how it's actually getting attached. Cut out your pattern and this is the pattern that's gonna get attached to the back of our heel. So this is some really cool fabric I found. I mean, I don't even know what to call it, but I did link it below because it's available online. It's this really great glitter fabric. So I just cut a small piece and you're gonna wanna cut it double because each shoe is actually gonna get 4 pieces face to face. So right now I'm just using some clothespins, because there's no way that I would be able to use regular pins for this. It's too thick. Cut following the pattern that you created and you'll have 2 wings. Now, the reason that it takes 4 wings per shoe is because you want them to be face to face so that no matter which side of the wing you see, you're seeing the glitter and not the back side of the fabric. So you're gonna use some Fabri-Tac to glue them together, but you are not gluing down the tabs. Make sure to leave those tabs open because they are gonna be separated. Now, I had some extra crystal fringe trim from a couple of bags and shoe DIYs that I did, and I thought it would look really nice to outline the butterfly so that it has like a good pop that from far away you can really see the shape of the butterfly wing. So I'm just using a little bit of gem glue. Whatever your go-to glue is, go for it, but do not use Fabri-Tac. It won't work for this. I liked the look of having each one of those little crystals on the end kind of as anchor points. And so you can see here, I've got all of them done. Both sides are done, so that is for one shoe, and then this set is for the other shoe. So again, face to face, so you see glitter on both sides and crystals on both sides. Now, the tabs are free. Like I said, you're not gluing them. You want to take your awl and poke a hole through the center of every single tab. So front and back on both sides, make sure to puncture the hole. Now, the very first thing, you're gonna take a larger brad. You're going to go through only one of the tabs and grab the other set of wings, and again, go through only one of the tabs. This first brad connects the wings together, so now they function like a butterfly. They're actually connected by this one brad. Now, to figure out the placement of where you're actually gonna puncture your hole, just hold the butterfly up to your shoe and eyeball it. I found it was easier to start with the bottom, so I'm using my awl to puncture a hole through the bottom, and now I'm lining up the butterfly again to see where the top is. Just be super careful, the awl is incredibly strong. Now you're going to take the butterfly with the brads and you're just going to push it right into the holes that you created. Make sure not to close the brads yet. You can see on the inside I'm leaving them open. Do not close them yet, and you'll see why in just a second. Now, this is optional, but I thought it was really nice to use smaller brads for these outer corners. So I'm going through the hole that I already created in my tab, and I'm going through the shoe now. Pop the smaller brads into place, and it's easier if you use your awl to bend those. They're so small and so sharp that it can hurt your fingernails. So just use the awl to kind of bend open each one, and then you can lay them flat. Once your smaller brads on the outer corners are opened, now you can go in there and close the larger ones. If you do it first, the larger ones actually block the smaller ones and you wouldn't have access to them. We're gonna end up lining the entire inside with a moleskin so that it's really soft and comfortable on the inside of your heel, and it will also have the double benefit of keeping everything in place and preventing the brads from opening. I obviously just did the same thing with the other heel, and this is totally optional, but I really wanted the shoes to feel custom. So I decided to cut a thin strip of the matching fabric, put a little fabric glue right across the T-strap and lay it in place. Use your fingers to make sure that they're even, and then take precision scissors, smaller scissors, and just run them along the edge like the sole of the shoe. If you run your scissor along it, you're naturally gonna follow the line. So watch, I'm running my scissors in that little groove, and it ends up being the exact perfect angle, so it looks like it was always there. Now I've got this beautiful shoe that looks fully custom. So again, I'm doing the same thing with the other side, a little fabric glue, use my fingers to make sure it's even, press it into place, and trim it. Now this pair is done. Oh my God, they're so fun. Okay, I'm moving on, and I'm only showing you a small section of this because obviously it's the same exact process, but this was that really fun iridescent like plastic material. So I cut it out just like I did the first version, but this has a protective coating. If you buy fabric like this, which I have linked below as well, make sure that you actually peel the plastic off. At first I tried it just like this, but I thought that without the crystal trim, it sort of disappeared and you couldn't tell it was a butterfly. So again, I'm adding some gem glue and I'm just cutting off this extra trim from last week's bag. I had a few extra pieces, so it worked out perfectly. I outlined the butterfly, and now I've got, again, 2 butterflies for each heel. And I'm doing the same thing, a large brad through the center of both wings to connect them and anchor them in the shoe, smaller brads on the outside to control the shape, and I'm done.
Holy guacamole, you guys. These shoes are killer. I can't believe that I really did it, because it is the hardware that really makes it look legit, because this isn't just being kind of like glued on. It's the fact that the brads from the outside look like studs, but that they're so much cheaper and they're so much more readily available than studs. So like I mentioned in the voiceover, you want to put like a moleskin of some sort on the inside, the back of your heel. It's going to make your heels more comfortable anyway, which is a super bonus, but it's also going to prevent the brads from opening up or like, you know, irritating the back of your heel. But they're going to have they have such great movement. They stay in exactly the right angle because you can control it with those little tabs. They look super legit with the strip across the front that really makes it look like this whole shoe was customized. You don't have to find an exact fabric match to your heel. You just want something that looks like it's in the same family, and if you want to add extra bits to make it look even more custom, you can totally do that. I'm so stoked. I really hope that you guys liked this video, and if you did, please please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. It helps me commit more time to doing more DIYs, doing bigger DIYs, doing more fun ones. So let me know below if you're a new subscriber so I can thank you. And share this with a friend that you think might enjoy it. Boom! Shakalaka.
Ooh, you committed. That was good.
I did. I almost second guessed myself, but I went for it.
Never.
Okay.